Hi, and welcome to BremSter Puzzles, and welcome back to Sudokétudes, where today I'm going to be starting Sudokétudes set number 7. Now, the Sudokétudes puzzles, of course, are puzzles where I'm trying to reinforce some basics. An etude is basically a small practice piece, and I am with the classic Sudokus that I start each of these with, I'm trying to introduce some practice for classic Sudoku and introduce some basic concepts for people who've never seen it before. This puzzle is called Roadside, and I created it myself many months ago. I don't remember any of the details of this puzzle, but I'm looking forward to getting into it. So, of course, below you will find a link to where you can try this puzzle for yourself, as well as I will hopefully have released a pack of these puzzles, as well as updated a list of the Sudokétudes list with all of the puzzles coming in this series, and then you should be able to try all of those. But the videos will be coming out every day. In this video, I will try and go over the basics of how pencil marking and everything works, because I try and point people at the first video in a series when I do that. But apart from that, let's go through how this works. So it's just a classic Sudoku. So normal Sudoku rules apply. So in every box, in every row, and in every column, the digits 1 to 9 must be placed without repetition. I'm going to restart the puzzle to restart my timer. Don't worry if you're not very quick at these. One of the things I've come to believe is that comparison is the thief of joy. So if other people are faster than you, it absolutely doesn't matter. Let's give this a shot. So one of the things I want to point out to start with is how do corner pencil marks work? Because they're one of the more common types of pencil mark. So if we look at this box, we have to put a 1 in this box, but we can't repeat ones in rows. So because there's a 1 in this row, we can't put 1 in any of those cells. And because there's already a 1 in this row, we can't put 1 in any of those cells. A cell is an individual element where you'd put a digit. So there's already an 8 in this cell. There's already a 9 in this cell. This is a box. These are rows and these are columns, and they're numbered clearly as well. So this is row 1, row 2, row 3, row 4, row 5, etc. Column 1, column 2, column 3, etc. Box 1, box 2, box 3, box 4, box 5. So when I'm referring to them, they're the numbers. But in box 1 can't go in any of those cells, and this has already got a 9 in it. So 1 has to go in one of these 2 cells. And I would put a corner pencil mark into those cells to indicate I've got 2 cells where 1 can go. And the reason you do that is if I manage to eliminate 1 from one of these 2 cells later on, I don't need to refine that logic. I can say, oh, I've removed a 1 pencil mark, I can put it into the other cell. If you pencil mark in more than 2 locations, you can do that, but it means that you have to be mindful of, have I eliminated all except one of the corner pencil marks? And in classic Sudoku, you kind of want to keep it down to pencil marking only 2 locations. Can I do more with 1s? 1 and 1, eliminating 1 from those. That 1 is eliminating from there, so this is actually a 1. 1 and 1 are now eliminating from those, so 1 goes in one of those 2. 1 and 1, putting 1 in one of those 2. Okay, let's look at 2s. 2 and 2 puts 2 in one of those 2. 2 and 2 puts 2 in one of those 2, except that 2 eliminates that, so that's a 2. 2 and 2 now puts 2 in one of those 2. And now I've got another trick I can do. 2 in this box can't be in any of those cells because it has to be in one of those 2. 2 in this box can't be in either of those cells because it has to be in one of those 2. So 2 in this column now can't be in any of those cells or any of those cells. It has to be in one of those 2 cells, but that 2 looks across saying it's not there, and this has to be the 2, which puts 2 in one of those 2 because I can't put 2 in any of those, and that 2 looks up saying not there, and that becomes a 2. Okay, 3s. Not seeing a lot on 3s. 3 is in one of those 2. 3 can't be there because of that 1 or there because of that 1. So 3 is in one of those 2. No, 3s. 3 can't be in any of those because of that 1 or any of those because of that 1, and those digits are filled. So 3 has to be in one of these 2 cells. And that means if this was a 3, I couldn't put 3 in this box because that would mean I'd have to put 3 in that cell, which would put two 3s here. Basically, if this is a 3, no 3s there, no 3s there, no 3 there, and I'd have to put a 3 where I've already got a digit. That can't be a 3. This is a 3. This is also known as pointing 3s, which would look up removing those, because I'd end up with those. The 3 in this column has to be in one of those 2 cells, so it couldn't be there. So now 3 and 3 means this is a 2, 3, because 3 has to be in those two cells, but I've already eliminated 2 or restricted 2 to those two cells. So I can do 2, 3, and now I can change those to center pencil marks. And the difference with a center pencil mark is a center pencil mark where is indicating what can go into a cell. So a corner pencil mark is indicating where in a box a 1 can go. A center pencil mark is indicating the only possibilities that can go into an individual cell, which is an individual location. There are, 81 cells in the grid where there's only 9 boxes. So in this individual cell, they can only take 2 and 3. Okay. So 8 is in one of those two for the same reason. What else can I see? 9. 9 can't go in those. 9 can't go in those. 9 can't go there. So this is a 9, which puts 9 in one of those two. 4 is in one of those two for the same reason. Okay. 8 is in one of those two. Okay. 7. 7 can't go in any of those, and 7 can't go there. So 7 is in one of those two, which means 7 is in one of those two. Because those 7s are restricting 7 out of those. Be something. So these are a bit restricted, but I don't see that that's it. Well, 5 can't go in those or those, and those are filled. So 5 has to go in one of those corners. These are only from 7, 8, 9, but I don't think that's it. Well, 9. These digits are already filled. 9 can't go in any of those. So 9 has to go in one of those two, which means 9 isn't in any of those. And this now becomes a 4, 9 pair. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. These are 5 and 7 in order to complete this row, because it needs to have one of each digit. And the 5 is looking down, making that the 7 and that the 5, which is 5 and 5, which means 5 has to go up here, and that's a 2 or a 3. So that's the 5. Okay. So this is down to 3 possible digits, because I can't use 2, 3, 5, 7, 8, 9. So these are from 1, 4, and 6. And again, I'm using central pencil marks. That can't be a 1. So 1 is in one of those two. 4 can't be there. And the big one, 6. 6 can't be in either of those, because then I'd have 2 6s in the column. So this is 4, 1, and 6. And that's done a fair bit. 6 and 6 puts 6 down in one of those two. But the 1 removes the 1 from there, which makes this the 1, which removed the 6 corner mark, making that the 6, which removed a 2 corner mark, making that the 2, which makes this the 3, the only digit that hasn't been placed in the box. Now, the 2 looks up, making this the 3 and this the 2, and now I can fill this out pretty cleanly, because what digit is missing from this column? An 8. What digit is missing from this column? A 1, and now this box is missing 3 and 7, and I can use either of those to resolve it, 7 and 3. Okay. Now, what comes next? Well, this 3 looks across saying that's not the 3, so this is the 3 by corner mark. This is down to a triple now, because I've placed 6 of the digits in the row. I've placed 1, 2, 3, 4. I haven't placed 5. I've got a 6. I haven't placed 7 or 8. Now, the 8 says there's no 8 there. The 7 says there's no 7 there. And the 5 says there's no 5 there. That actually didn't do as much as I'd like. So these are all 7, 8, 9, because I've got 1 through 6 already in the box. So these are 7, 8, 9, and they must contain a 9. So where's the 6 in this row? It has to be in one of those two. I'm down to 3 digits in this row. The 3 looks across saying that's not the 3, so that's the 3. But these are missing 4, 5, and 8. So this one's only 4 or 5 because it can't be 8. So there must be an 8 in one of those two. That one can't be a 5, so it's 4 or 8. I think I'm looking in the wrong place. And I'm down to 3 digits here. The 1 looks across saying that's not the 1. So this is the 1, again, by the same pencil marks. And the digits I'm missing here are 5, 6, and 7. So this is 5 or 6 because it can't be 7. So this is 4, 5, or 6, and it can't be 5 because there's already a 5. So these are 5, 6, and 7. So this is 6 or 7. This seems to be able to be any of them. This row is missing 6, 7, and 9. 6, 9 goes into there. This is 7 or 9. This one was listed as easy. I think I've missed some basic Sudoku, which I often do when I'm trying to explain in detail. And that's okay. I'm not upset by that. It's just something that happens. So what digit do I want to look at in detail? I've got all the 1s. I've got all the 2s. I've got all the 3s. 4 is up here. Right, where's 4 in this column? Can't put 4 in any of those because 4 has to be in one of those two. Can't put 4 in any of those because they're either filled or a 4. So 4 has to go up here, and it can't be there because of that, and that's got a 2 in it. So that's a 4, which means this is now a 4-8 pair because I have to put 4 in this box and it's not in any of those. That is a 4-8 pair. Now, while I can't resolve that, it restricts these down to 2 different digits. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 approximately. So these are now 5 and 7. And if these are 5 and 7, that is a 5-7 pair in the column, which means if this was a 5, both of those would have to be 7 and I've got a problem. So that's 4, making that 6, making that 5, taking 5 out of there, making that 5, which just took out a corner pencil mark for an 8, making that 8. That 8 looks down, making that 7, to take 7 out of those. This is an 8, 9, which takes 8 out of there, making that the 8. The 7 looks back, making this the 5, and these are 6 and 7. And the 7 looks down, making that the 6 and that the 7. The 7 looks up, making that the 5 and that the 7. The 9 looks down, making that the 4 and that the 9. That would probably be easier if I'd seen that earlier. The 9, right, well, the 6 looks up, making this the 9, and this has to be the 6. The 9 makes this the 7. This isn't the 7. What's missing in that row is a 6. And these, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 5 and 9 go in, and this 5 looks up, making that the 9 and that the 5. The 7 looks up, making this the 6 and this the 7. This 8 means that's the 4 and that's the 8, again, avoiding repeats. The 8 looks down, making that the 9 and that the 8. The 9 looks up, saying that's not the 9, that's the 9, and this box doesn't have its 4. And that's how you solve the puzzle called Roadside by BremSter. 180 days ago I made this puzzle, so it's been a while. But yeah, I'm trying to do classics and learn more about how to make them. This one I obviously made by making a pattern. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 1, 2, 3, 7, 8, 9, and then using this central line to fix it out, solving from there, and then using the central line to fix out what would actually allow the grid to solve. Trying to do more interesting stuff like that as I make my puzzles. I've been trying to do more of this. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. I hope you enjoyed this as an introductory puzzle to Sudokétudes set 7. I believe this puzzle contains more tricky puzzles than some of the others, including some that have got some more constraints in them than I normally do. But, you know, got to put them somewhere. Hopefully you enjoyed the set. I hope you enjoyed the puzzle. And as always, good luck with your solving.